There's still like 10 minutes left in the game. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting this out of the way. I'm doing it right now. If I was not worried about getting my shit pushed in by Disney, I would be playing Mickey Mouse Clubhouse music right now on my TV like I was playing celebratory music last week after we beat the shit out of the Philadelphia Eagles. San Francisco 49ers, congratulations. Y'all have officially won the NFC. The Philadelphia Eagles are frauds. We can't win. We are exposed anytime we play against a competent opponent on the road, um, or even opponents that are incompetent, like the Arizona Cardinals, for example. People are talking all week, about the road to the first seed in the NFC. Well, we don't have to worry about that anymore now that we have thoroughly taken ourselves out of that conversation. Um, I don't know how the 49ers are doing right now versus the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know if Philly's going to win tomorrow night versus the Seattle Seahawks, but either way, dude, we don't fucking deserve this shit. We do not deserve to even be in the postseason. And what sucks worse is we heard before the game even started that we are officially in the postseason now. So we're just destined to. This was such a huge game. This was bigger than the Philadelphia Eagles game, in my opinion, because we had to prove that we were capable of doing it on the road. And after how huge of a win last week was, I thought that was going to give us so much motivation. I thought that we were going to feel really good and go out there and play like we were feeling really good. But we got absolutely bitch slapped. Just like we did week 5 versus the San Francisco 49ers. This offense is completely and totally fucking pussified for that final drive before the first half. You could have put yourself in a beautiful situation, even being down 21-3. You score a touchdown before halftime, get the ball again, score again. Next thing you know, it would have been 21-17. Then you would have had a ball game, but we were too fucking pussified and scared to throw the ball beyond 5 yards down the field. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like an offense that we used to see earlier in the season? Offensive line is shot. Offensive line is completely fucking cooked. Zach Martin, you might as well. Zach Martin and Tyron Smith, both of y'all might as well just stay out for the rest of the season because we're not fucking doing anything in the postseason. And the defense is today. I'm gonna perfectly sum it up right now. Today was like rewatching the Hot Boys versus the LA Rams in that 2018 divisional round game. That's what today was. But instead of dealing with, I think it was Will Anderson and Todd Gurley, we had James Cook running it down our throat and up our shit crack the entire 60 minutes of the game. And if it was, even if it's not just James Cook, it's, we could not tackle fucking anybody all game. J-Ron, you are a fucking waste of a roster spot if I've ever seen one. And Micah Parsons, delete your fucking podcast. Just you got exposed today too. You are a fucking joke. All Micah Parsons can do is rush the passer, and that's it. He can't he can't help out. He can't do anything else. That's all he can do. Can't help stop the run worth shit. DeMarcus Lawrence out there looks better at stopping the run than Micah Parsons does. All of our linebackers are fucking terrible. Jaron Curse, like I said, complete dog shit. Um, the only players on defense that I felt played decent today was Deron Bland and Stephon Gilmore, and even then, those were just the two guys that did not get their fucking shit pushed in the entire game. Um, Mozzie Smith, that was a waste of a first round pick. Same, realistically, you could say that with just about any of our draft picks from this season. Just a complete waste. I still don't understand. Just, Michael Gallup and Jaron Curse, two guys that I just have no idea why they're still on the team. I've been saying it week in and week out. I don't understand why they're still on the fucking team. And we were in this game too. Like it at the very beginning, it looked like it was going to be a really good game. But the penalties just completely demoralized us early. If it's not if it's not Tyler Smith getting a holding penalty, which completely killed our drive, didn't get any points on that drive. If it's not him doing that, it's was it Sam Williams getting a roughing the kicker and giving the Buffalo Bills the ball back. It's just God fucking damn it, dude. The penalties were killer. They only killed us like a couple times early in the game, like in the first half, and we just never bounced back. We just never got back on our feet. Dak Prescott, he could not do a fucking thing the entire game. Um, I mean, we all saw. I think it was the first sack of the game, wide open CeeDee Lamb in the middle of the field, but he does a little spin around right into fucking Shaq Lawson's arms, goes down for a sack. It's just this team. It is embarrassing. It is completely fucking embarrassing, just how horrid and how incompetent the team is in every feasible way once you take them out of AT&T Stadium. You take them out of AT&T Stadium against stiff competition. There's flags out the ass. Um, Mike McCarthy is scared to challenge. Just bad play calling, horrible offensive line play, horrible defensive play. I mean, we saw it against the Cardinals, we saw it against the 49ers, we saw it against the Eagles, and we saw it today versus the Buffalo Bills. This team is incapable of competing on the road against competent football teams. The season is over. Jimmy Johnson being in the Ring of Honor, that doesn't even it means a lot as a fan, but as when it comes to like this season, it's like it's not gonna fucking do anything. It's I don't think there's any way we can bounce back from a game like this because there's no opportunity to bounce. Okay, what the Miami Dolphins next week? We might get blown out that game too. But even if we blow them out, is that really gonna mean much? This was such a huge game for us that would have not only would have clowned on the Buffalo Bills, but winning this game would have put the entire league on notice. Okay, regular season, I said this back in the fucking off season. Regular season is only good for two things: seedings and impressions for the postseason. And we just went out there and made a dog shit impression. The first team that we play against on the road, whether if it's in the wild card or in the divisional round, they're going to be licking their lips at us because they know we can't fucking compete on the road. Half the team was sick. We had a bunch of injuries. I don't give a fuck. There it still came down to the penalties and the execution that fucked us up. So Cowboy fans and Law Nation, they're going to be harping on that all week and talking about, oh, the social media is disrespecting us so much. Oh my god. They disrespect the Cowboys so much. They always give us hate, but they don't do anything to the Buffalo Bills. Who gives a fuck, dude? Your team just got embarrassed, but all you're sitting here pissing and moaning about the media. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. The run game today, it wasn't awful, but we still decided to run the ball in like the worst possible situations. It's it genuinely looked like that we reverted back to having literally the worst fucking offense in the NFL earlier in the season. It's completely shameful that we got embarrassed this badly against a team that had so much to prove and was having such a horrid season. And it's genuinely like the Jaguars game last year. It's just a complete embarrassment. Um, Nothing good to say about the defense at all. Dan Quinn, I don't understand how you could possibly let your guys go out there not knowing how to tackle worth shit. Um, if teams don't know how to beat us by now, they definitely do after watching this game. Just completely expose the entire blueprint to beating the fuck out of this team. And all you got to do is, same as it has been the last 28 years, run the ball straight up the middle, and we can't do anything about it. So, um, question is, where do we go from here? We have to play the season out still. I wish it was over now because we already know what we're getting from the team this year. Safe to say that my hair is going to be good come January. We have the Miami Dolphins next week. I'm still going to the Cowboys and Lions game just to see Jimmy Johnson, but I wouldn't be surprised if we lost that game too. And the Detroit Lions are huge frauds, in my opinion. It's just there's there is nothing good to be taken away from this game. Only scoring 3 points, getting absolutely fucking dogged, absolutely fucking bitch slapped in every thinkable way against what was it, a 7-6, excuse me, 7-6, 7-7 Buffalo Bills team. Game was completely winnable, especially even considering all of like the illnesses. Apparently, up to 10 players have like a stomach bug or whatever. Even with all the illness and even with the injuries, the game was still in grasp. But holding Tyler Smith, you know, roughing the kicker, Sam Williams. It's just when there are so many points in this game where if the Buffalo Bills didn't score initially and it looked like that we stopped them, we would spot them with a penalty so that they could have another shot. and then they turn those opportunities in for 6 points. It is fucking embarrassing. It is a complete embarrassment. Everybody on this team, especially Micah Parsons, should be fucking ashamed of themselves, especially J-Ron Curse too. J-Ron Curse, I don't know. I don't see how you let him back on the team bus. I don't see him how you I don't see how you let him back in the team hotel. I don't see how you let him back on the airplane back home. Um, Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy both have a lot of explaining to do in this game. I mean, it's just, I don't see how you can consistently flop and fold this badly every single time you play against a competent opponent on the road. Every single time. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, if I was not afraid of getting my shit pushed in by Disney with a copyright strike, I would be playing Mickey Mouse Clubhouse music on my TV right now, because that's exactly how we look today. That's exactly how we played. No redeeming qualities. There's no good takeaways from this game. No heart. No moxie. No nothing. Is just. Yeah. Okay. See, I wanna say that. I wanna say that. I really do. It's just, top teams have a game like this sometimes, and I get it, but looking this bad, looking this unprepared, like we might as well have not even practiced the entire week every time we go on the road, it's like, no. Like, why should we believe that the exact same result isn't going to happen in the postseason where the lights are going to be even brighter? That's where I'm coming from. Um, I don't think there's I don't think there's any point in this season, unfortunately. We were feeling pretty good because we came off two decent wins that got the league's attention, and we could have um, really spun some heads around the league and for ourselves today too, but we just we folded on the road again, and weather was not a problem, and the referees, they were not really an issue too, in my opinion. Early in the game, sure, there were some questionable calls, but I mean, at the same time, it was like, why were we in that position to begin with? Oh yeah, it's because we fucked ourselves out of that. Okay, Mike McCarthy was the guy that kept the red flag in his pocket rather than throwing it on that fumble that we couldn't review because the Bills got to the ball. They got the playoff quickly. Um, it is what it is. It's just another year as a Cowboys fan. I don't want to see any excuses whatsoever from our fan base today. I don't give a fuck about, oh, well, you know, up to 10 of our players were sick. We have so many injuries, blah, blah, blah. We still could have made this a game, but yet we couldn't. And we still gave the Buffalo Bills everything they wanted to make sure they convert on absolutely everything. And that's exactly what they did. And we could not cash in on shit or even make this even a somewhat competitive ball game. Coming out of the second half, or coming out of halftime, it just felt like we made no adjustments, no lessons learned whatsoever. James Cook still absolutely wrecked our shit for the entire 60-minute ball game. And when we got in the red zone that one time earlier in the year, or earlier in the game, We couldn't capitalize, had to resort to a field goal yet again, which really didn't do anything, but, points are points, I guess. So, yeah. Um, just about almost everything that could have went wrong did. And so now we have to go out on the road again versus the Miami Dolphins. I It really doesn't mean anything to me whether if we win or lose that game. The Dolphins, they look pretty fraudulent too. This was such a huge game because it was a game that meant everything to the Buffalo Bills, and we could have played spoiler and really shit on their hopes and chances of the postseason, but and it would have done wonders for us too. But we just, yeah. Anyways, I'm sounding like a broken record at this point. Y'all enjoy your week. I'll see y'all next time. In peace.